Hey everybody, it's Danny Picard. How's it going? Things are getting a little exciting out there, aren't they? There's so much happening, and it's awesome. You might wonder, how the hell can he be smiling so much? How can I smile like that? What the heck is going on? Um, Today, the world is really pulling together to create harmony and peace and love and unity. And this is what they've been talking about with the age of Aquarius for such a long time. Okay, you know that song, "This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius." You know, harmony and understanding, all that stuff. Okay, so sometimes I'm going to talk about what I call the slingshot effect. Okay, but sometimes we need this this big contrast to propel us forward. So when you have a whole bunch of people around really going through some hard times or perceiving that there are a lot of hard times, um, it has no choice but to make you want to move into um, uh, the opposite. Like, so what is the opposite of a negative contrasting experience? Okay. So, and that is one of freedom, one of feeling good, one of feeling amazing. It's our natural state of being. Okay. We're born into this life feeling wonderful and wonderful and beautiful. And so, when we go through all these different things, there's this big calling, this wanting to be um, free, okay? Let go of suppression, let go of those things that hinder our freedom. And so, what's going on right now, especially with this massive awakening that's happening around the world because of the intensifying of the energies that are coming on the planet and the shifting in the planet's frequencies as well, is that we have to pull together and move towards what we actually want and what is actually in alignment with our hearts. Okay. So the age of Aquarius is about moving into the heart-centered being, the divine feminine. Oh, interesting. Women's March is all over. Women's March is all over the world today. It's awesome. Okay, the divine feminine is all about receptivity, intuition, the goddess, birth, renewable life, um, sensitivity, community. Okay, so when all this stuff is going on, because of a contrasted event that happened to cause this massive awakening, it's the end of an old paradigm that's holding on and clinging on, that's representing our fears. So these things that are representing our fears with this new president in office or whatnot, it could be anybody. But when things get too comfortable, that's typically when things start shifting or something comes into our lives that says, hey, you need to wake up. Because you can be laying in your bed, you know, all you want, and you think that life is great, but you need something to stir it up, to get off your butt and to make changes, to update your belief systems, to update your lives into moving into what you want and what you want to appreciate and what do you want this world to be. I know that a lot of people out there saying, you know, a lot of people think that, oh, it's you know, we're too far on, it's too far down, we're too much in the mud, it's too much in the muck. But look around, the entire world is waking up. You know, there's all these people. They said on KGW News here in Portland that almost 50,000 people converging in downtown Portland to rally. I was just there earlier. It was amazing. Just families, kids, people of all different ages, races, just coming together, loving, smiling. Everybody was smiling. Okay. And you know, I needed to be a part of that group energy just to feel it because it's really something that's so powerful when you actually let yourself be in a group setting like that, or if you go to a concert, or if you go to some rally or whatever. it's really, really just magnetic, or a sports game or something. It's really powerful to feel that energy. It's really powerful to be a part of it and to know that you're not separate from other people who are wanting to make change. Okay? So when, whatever your belief systems are, whatever, you know, allow yourself to go be a part of these things. Okay? It doesn't mean that they're going to get tear gas. That's typically the media blowing things up out of proportion to make people scared, because fear keeps people trapped and fear keeps people from doing anything. Okay? So there's a lot of people who are afraid of what's going on right now. A lot of people. And I want you to look around and pay attention to the people, the crowds that are gathering to show support of that heart consciousness, of the moving into what is the opposite of that fear-based reality. We could be living in a suppressed society where, we're made to shut up and we're made to, do as we're told and whatnot, but we're not, okay? And a lot of fear comes from that in this president and all these different things, changing your rights and blah, 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 blah. But it really comes down to staying centered and being within yourself and just remembering that there's a whole lot of people out there who have the same dreams that you do, okay, that have the same desires that you do, that want to make the world a better place. And a lot of times, a lot of the anger, frustration, anxiety comes from the fact that you don't know what to do in order to help out or to make that difference. So really can just start with you going within yourself and just starting to breathe. Start breathing. Breathe a little bit. Close your eyes. Sit with yourself. A lot of people don't want to sit with themselves and close their eyes because there's so much stuff going on. And why would I want to get in this head? Because there's so much stuff. It's so confusing. Well, get out of your head. Breathe through here. Okay? When you breathe into your heart, you can actually expand and tap into all that love, your ability to love and your ability to feel, emotion and to process it and expand the way that you live. Now, the old ways aren't working, so think about it in terms of the old ways that aren't working within yourself too. It doesn't matter if it's externally or internally. We're raised in a society that teaches us that we have to reach outside of ourselves to fulfill our own love and light within. Go buy Prada. Go buy a bunch of pizza. Go drink yourselves heavily to eradicate the anxiety, which will only come back worse the next day because you probably ended up making out with somebody that was a little bit not of your liking, but there's all these different things, and if you just spend a little bit more time with yourself with practice, baby steps, and really allow yourself to focus on the joys that are going on in this time. We can focus on the anger, the suppression, the how mean these people are, whatever, but what's going to actually allow you to feel released is by you looking for what is good from this experience. Okay, what is good from this experience? Well, you have hundreds and thousands of people marching in Washington. You have hundreds of thousands of people marching in Chicago. You have 50,000 people marching here in Portland, and all over the world. Okay, so you tell me that this would have happened, or people would not have made as aware of women's rights or suppression in general if this person weren't in office. So it's really a catalyst for us to wake up, and this is going to even further propel ourselves. And what's going to happen is that the people meeting in numbers and realizing the community that we are all a part of is only going to strengthen. And it's going to scare the shit out of the people who are trying to control us. Okay? So don't be scared. Try to focus on the joys, and I know that may be hard, but really to quiet yourself down, go into a little bit of meditation. Just breathe a little gently, with your eyes closed, and just think about all the things that have made you smile in your life, or think about all the things that can make you smile now, even if it's just like Mother Nature, or maybe it's just a little bird sitting out on the step, know that everything's going to be okay. We all decided to be a part of this transition and expanding our consciousness on the earth right now. Okay. So being a part of this is a really huge deal. It's really awesome. So you can see that there's all these different opportunities of growth, technology expanding, different systems, different government systems being moved around, played with, and changing swiftly. So now when the slingshot effect happens, basically we have all these people out there who are really, really moving into, I'm not going to deal with this shit. I'm not going to deal with this. This is my body. This is my life. No. Okay? So when you have all these people pulling together, creating this wave of intention, this wave of love, this wave of expansion, this wave of light, it's creating such a huge wave that it's going to change things very quickly. Have you ever been in a situation where you've just felt so motivated and so just like, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to accomplish everything. And you're like a freight train. Nothing's in your way, and you make it happen. Well, multiply that by people all around the world pulling together for the same cause. Here's the thing is that, the people who are trying to suppress you and whatnot, they don't have that passion. not that passion. Not only that, the frequency of love and the frequency of the love that is held within your heart is so palpable, it's so strong, it's so much more transformational than that of suppression, fear, worry, concern, anger, rage can ever be. So when you have this many people pulling together and feeling their love, feeling your love, feeling the community's love, it only builds upon itself and gathers in strength. So what's going on is this expansion of consciousness is people pulling together, which is key. People pulling together and realizing that, wow, we can really create a huge wave of momentum. And what's cool is that most people don't even realize how much momentum is actually being created. So, remember the day when, the LGBT rights and whatnot, that thing in the Supreme Court happened, how there was just that huge wave of like loving acceptance energy all across the country. Remember that day? It's kind of like the same thing. Okay, but this is more tapping into people's worthiness a little bit more. People's worthiness. People are learning how worthy we are and how powerful we are. We're learning all these different things, and the government doesn't want us to be super powerful. They want us to be little Play-Doh, Lego people who go shop and be in debt. They want to fluoridate our water system, and they want us to keep on being in debt. So, they don't want us to feel empowered. They don't, so again, fear controls the masses. But if the masses realize that coming together and feeling love from the community and the open acceptance and figuring out our own self-worth is only going to empower ourselves more into shifting our consciousness into a new way of being. Okay, so it's really, 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 really super duper cool what's going on. So I want you to just be in your heart as much as you can. It's not only that, the age of Aquarius is all about moving into being heart-centered beings, people of compassion, of humanitarianism, of helping one another, of moving into that Christ consciousness, where love thy neighbor, love yourself, moving into learning how to love yourself more with that self-love, and how do we do that, and how do we do that. So we're moving out of the egoic third-dimensional mindset, which was all about the age of the Piscean, or the Piscean age, and we're now in the age of Aquarius, which is all about moving into being a heart-centered being, that Christ consciousness. As we're becoming more open and accepting of these shifts and changes, although they're not easy. No one said they're ever easy. I've gone through hell this year, but I'm sitting here and my whole body is just like vibrating and feeling waves of ecstasy because I'm so happy. I'm so overjoyed with what's going on. Sometimes we have to go through these little trials and tribulations so we can actually be of more aid to other people and be stronger to other people. So when you go through your own lessons and learning and finding out what is, helping you more and more and more, you're actually able to hold and store more information as you clear your old karma and you resolve the different things that are no longer working for you. You become lighter, you become happier, you become more balanced, you become more at ease, more peaceful. And then others start wondering, what are you doing that I'm not? It's like this wave of curiosity that starts happening. So as you expand this different aspects of consciousness, it starts, creating this whole wave of momentum, like a domino effect. And I don't know if you guys know, some of you guys know my story, but, I used to drink a pint of whiskey a day. I've been doing drugs and drinking heavily for many, 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 many years. And again, it was like that slingshot effect. I was done. I was done. Then I started making stuff happen. I started teaching meditation groups. I started doing, the Reiki and loving myself daily. And I realized that it was all about loving who I am. I wanted to create a goal. I wanted to be able to look in the mirror and say, I love who I am without cringing. Now I can honestly say I do that. We all have flaws, but by working on that goal and, how can I move into a place of self-acceptance to allow myself to be at ease? Because I want to live my life the happiest that I can. That doesn't mean ignoring emotions. It doesn't mean ignoring what's going on outside of you, but it does mean choosing my preferred state of being. And my preferred state of being is one of peace, is one of, being in tune with things and clarity. I want to feel balanced. And I know everybody deep down does. Everybody wants this. Who doesn't want to feel at peace with themselves? Who wants to live in a world of, just nonstop insecurity and anxiety and depression? Who wants that? That's not our natural state of being, and that's why your body is telling you that it doesn't feel right, because that's not why you came here. You came here to feel joy, love, happiness. You can move yourself into a state of feeling better and feeling better about anything that's going on despite the circumstances. Now, it takes a little bit of effort, but when you start focusing on, what is good in any situation, you actually start becoming a little bit more open. It starts kicking off your own transition and your own transformation within yourself. Okay? Then again, when people notice this happening within you and they notice you're shifting, then you start becoming a wave of change. Now, there's different things that suppress people. A lot of times, if you still allow yourself to hang out with the wrong crowd, or if you still allow yourself to over-medicate yourself or anything, just to simply temporarily let go of the pain that is screaming to be resolved, then you're going to continue in a repetitive karmic loop, which is going to cause a lot of anguish. Now, if you listen to this message and these emotions that are calling for your attention, you really say, what is this teaching me? You'll be able to move past. It's almost kind of like moving through a level in Zelda or something, and then you get to go the next level, okay? And that next level, oftentimes people get caught up in the subconscious loops and that karmic programming, to where they don't feel as though it's comfortable to expand and change. But what people don't realize is that the expansion and change offers more safety than you can ever imagine. How many times have you gotten a new job and that job was 10 times better than where you were before? Cool. Up your level of worthiness. And as the world is doing this and really owning their own worthiness, it's starting this huge wave of change right now. So get comfortable with the change. Okay, embrace the change. This really cool lady that used to come into my coffee shop when I was living in Humboldt County, she used to come in. The only thing she would say, she'd drop a quarter on the counter and get a refill of coffee, and she'd just say, "Make love to the chaos, honey. Make love to the chaos," and then she'd scurry on. And I didn't realize that would be like one of the most profound little lessons that I had ever learned or ever heard. Making love to the chaos. How much more beautifully put could it be? In terms of embracing the darkness or the perceived darkness that's going on. It's like the yin yang symbol, and seeing the light within the dark, and knowing that there's also the potential for the dark within the light. But it's that continual ebb and flow and that balance. So as you start knowing that you are worthy of feeling joy, worthy of your own human rights, knowing that you're worthy of all this stuff, it's actually expanding consciousness. It's expanding this reality, expanding this dimension, moving into others. It allows you to start raising in frequency, because everything is energy. And as you allow yourself to raise in frequency, you start attracting other things that are high in frequency. Things that are high in frequency, things such as love, joy, bliss, happiness. Things that are lower in frequency are things like anger, fear, worry, control, things of that nature. So when you move out of that lower vibrational aspect of, repetitive thoughts or whatever, you start moving and say, you know what, today I'm going to spend 5 minutes in the morning thinking about what I'm grateful for. And I'm going to also tell myself that I'm worthy of having a good day. I'm worthy of being centered. I'm worthy of feeling good. I'm worthy of a smile. Okay? So, because simply you exist, you are worthy. Okay? So, as you start tapping into this worthiness and you start really honoring your worthiness, and this on the collective scale is what's going on, is that people are they're not going to sit down. People are only going to realize how much more powerful they are by sharing this group collective worthiness and allowing things to move forward. Okay. So know that things are happening for a reason. It may be hard to accept, but the best thing to do is accept it and go, hey, wait, maybe something is going on a little bit bigger than outside of what I thought, than what the media tells me and what society has programmed us to think. Maybe there is this energetic and spiritual aspect of life that's actually calling us to be of higher service and to help shift consciousness and expand consciousness in a way that's heart-centered. Okay, that's very open and loving and endearing and embracing, and and so they actually say that it's we're actually basically anchoring in so much light. Our bodies on a quantum level are made of light, okay? And our bodies are also going through this transformation. Our DNA is actually shifting into a spiritual crystalline-based DNA, okay? So when we actually purge the lower vibrational things out of our being, we're left but no choice but to fill it with more high vibrational light because of the energies on the planet and because of the gamma wave frequencies that are hitting the earth right now. And as we shift and change, we step into a higher vibrating state of being. People are all of a sudden noticing that, what used to work didn't work for me, and maybe I do want to be a part of something that's a little bit different. Maybe I do want some more magic in my life. Maybe I do want to feel love all the time. Maybe I deserve that. Or maybe I want to, move into a life that is fulfilling rather than washing dishes for a living. I want to go do healing work. How can I help? How can I help? All these people are like, how can I help right now? Because there's so much contrasted darkness or whatnot that's happening, and people really want to be of service. Okay, so take a step back from your daily woes and the daily emotions that are coming in and take a look at what's going on in the collective, knowing that not everybody is stuck in this state of grave turmoil, okay? I've been able to process so much this year, and the fact that, I still feel waves of bliss, and it's only getting better because, honestly, I want to feel connected to that. I want to feel good. But it's also important for me to take care of myself, because if I don't take care of myself, then I'd just not be having any energy to do any of the work that I do to be service of anybody else. If you try to take a bus, offer to take a bunch of kids to school on a bus that doesn't have any gas, it's not going to work. Why are you going to do that, And one of the main morals with Reiki and the Reiki energy healing is that the healing must be asked for. And I'm going to take a step back and say that that's actually a moral of any healing. How many times do you try to help somebody else when they didn't ask for it? And then you start feeling as though you wasted your time. You feel a little pissed off because they're not grateful. Then you feel depleted because you've just bent over backwards for these people and you're not, you know. So, but the healing must be asked for. And that means that wait until people ask you for help, but know that the compassion, the being within yourself, is actually helping humanity by breathing, by you relaxing, by you shedding your own light and experiencing all that you can to its fullest, is in fact more of a productive and effective way to help those around you in your community. By you being you and shining bright, you're going to cause a whole lot of people to spark curiosity in how to do the same. So, yeah. So there's a lot of great things going on right now. A lot of excellent technologies coming in that are helping towards all this stuff. There's the momentum of the positive collective energy that's happening right now, even though it doesn't seem that that's what's happening. I would say that what's going to happen is not going to last very long, because it's almost like this giant magic wand of amazingness about to go bippity boppity boo. You can't be in control anymore. So I'm really curious to see what happens. But one thing I do know is that I can definitely trust this wave of momentum in the heart-centered consciousness that people are moving into to create the change that's going to happen. So hang in there. I just wanted to kind of give a little taste, a little, hello to everybody. I've been kind of running around reinventing myself and having a good time. I sat down with my communications manager yesterday to talk about moving forward in new workshops. I have a whole new wave of momentum building inside of me right now, and I can't wait to share it with everybody. It's been a very exciting, it's been a very difficult, very challenging, but very gratifying year. I would not be where I am right now if I didn't go through the things that I went through right now, or this past year, or my entire life. So I'm going to sit here and be grateful for all of those tough experiences, because it's going to make us a stronger collective. It's going to make me a stronger person. So, and as we focus on the gratitude of the perceived hardships, and that, what, hey, I'm still here, I'm still alive, and you know what? Now I'm better at living. Because I may not make those same mistakes again, or I may not have to go through those certain things again. So think of it as karma clearing and all these things that are happening in your life that need to happen in order for you to move forward and to gain more strength so you can be a stronger person to those around you. So really, spend more time with yourself. Spend a few minutes just being grateful for what you do have in the world, what you do have at your home. Maybe it's your family or your friends. Maybe it's your health. Be grateful. Just give yourself the opportunity at very least. And that's the important thing, okay? Is that a lot of people don't allow themselves the opportunity to actually spend those clear moments with yourself, to actually move into that state of joy, or to feel a little bit of joy, like real joy, not from like being fucked up and running around with your clothes off or whatever, but like real joy from like yourself, like the joy that you can give yourself. Allow yourself to experience that on a regular. And remember, a repetitive thought becomes a belief, and if you allow yourself to think this way on a repetitive level, then you'll start to shift your energy. Your energy starts following your thoughts. So with creating your thoughts and with intention, being in a state of mindfulness from meditation, you can now move your thoughts into a clear, wonderful way of intention and what you want to create. Okay? We are creating our reality at every moment. We are not victims of the outside circumstances. Everything going on right now is a manifestation. So as you manifest, think about what you want to create. What is it that you want to create? And then you can think about, well, what things are holding me back and what not. What limiting beliefs are holding me back from creating the society, the life, the joy that I want to live? And then how are there ways to actually resolve that? And that's where I love helping people, because I actually help people do that. I help people do that with the coaching stuff and the workshops where I integrate the co-creative group hypnotherapy sessions and angelic healings. We do so much, but I love anchoring the ability to shift that reality out of people's space to allow people to move forward without, kind of like a hot air balloon, untying the ropes that's holding you down. Then you can start floating up in the sky, and you start noticing that being up in the sky is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life. Who wouldn't want to be up there? Who wants to be shackled to the ground? Well, that, the balloon's filled with hot air. You're ready to go. You're ready to blast off. Sometimes we need to have something like this situation that just happened to blast us off and to untie those ropes. Okay? So know that it is all a process. It's a beautiful process. It's a process that you all signed up for, that we all signed up for. Everybody on this planet right now signed up for this. Okay? To be a part of this expansion and to be a part of this this awakening, this remembering. It's about remembering your authenticity. It's about remembering your self-mastery and how powerful you are. Okay? And if you continue to be suppressed and allow yourself to repeat that state of victimization and victimhood, then you're only going to remain in that state of victimhood. But if you know that now is this moment that you are in fact creating, then you can actually bring in, well, if this now moment is something that I can create, then that means that I can actually create the next moment and the next moment with my intention. With being aligned and with being peaceful with my heart, I can actually move into the next aspect of my reality, creating my reality with the people, the conscious choices, the integrity, the forgiveness. Who wants to hold on to all those things from the past and all that anger? Just allow yourself to forgive. It's too fucking draining, man. Not only that, your heart will start singing. It'll start feeling so good if you just allow yourself to forgive those things from the past. So, anyways, there's lots of different things. I'm working on a few new workshops. Definitely a big topic is from shame to freedom. Also spiritual awakening. What is it? How do I survive it? What is this whole process? How can I update my body and my energy to be in alignment with what's going on and feel safe? What tools can I apply to myself? What tools are out there for people to learn through these processes? This is what I've spent my whole life collecting and using on myself to move out of the state of alcoholism, to move out of the state of being a drug addict, and to all these different other things, into being of service. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to take care of myself so I can take care of other people better. So anyways, be on the lookout. I'm going to be doing a little video like this to actually talk about the upcoming workshops that we'll be doing in Portland. I'll give like a little synopsis every now and again. You'll start seeing me speaking at the festivals again this year. A lot of expansion happening. My body feels amazing. I feel so at peace. I'm super happy, very authentically right now. So, and it's been a long time since I felt this. So, and it's weird because most people be like, "Wait, how are you able to feel that way?" And such crazy shit's going on. But it's been really, really awesome. So you can find out more about what I do at theepichuman.com. We do also have the Epic Human Project on Facebook, where I share a lot of information. My name is Danny Picard. I'm based out of Portland, Oregon. I'm a Usui and Lightarian Reiki master and transformational speaker. Also a master Metatronia therapist and hypnotherapist. I'm an ordained minister. I do all sorts of stuff. And I've been studying all of this stuff since I was very young. So it's a time to become empowerment, and it's a time to feel the abundance within your life and to focus, and to know that you don't need to dwell on the crappy stuff as much as we have been, but just allow yourself to move into this new state and allow yourself to feel the joy within your heart a little bit more. Even if it's just 5 minutes in the morning, it will change your day. So I do have couple of coaching groups, empowerment, spiritual awakening coaching groups coming up and you'll all be made aware of them. And if you're at all curious, you can email me at the epichumanproject@gmail.com. And we'll be putting together a newsletter again shortly. I had to take a brief hiatus from all the different personal things that I was going through regarding my brother passing and ending a relationship, and just really stepping into this whole clear aspect of who am I? Who am I? Who do I want to be? What do I want to create? What do I want to create for myself? What do I want to create for each other? How do I want to change the world? So lots of good things happening. So I'm really excited about it, and I hope you guys can feel the excitement within your own lives, and I hope that this little video helped you out a little bit. Even if it just gave you a little bit of fresh air and a little bit of ease, then I've done my part. So anyways, I love you guys all very much, and I will talk to you soon. All right, now I'm going to go dancing tonight. I'm going to go dance because I can. All right, love you guys. TheEpicHuman.com. Thank you. Hang in there. You're doing great.